Hi everyone. We're gonna do this thing again. We're gonna give it a shot. You kind of get used to it, even on this side of the camera. You get a little used to it. So, all right, we just wrapped up adding detail items to our brick wall section. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start by using a copy paste and put this information on our metal panel wall section. So the first thing we're gonna do is I'm just gonna click and drag and highlight absolutely everything. Click here on filter. I'm going to check none, but I'll turn back on detail items, insulation batting lines. Click OK. Come up here, click copy to clipboard. I'm now going to open my metal panel wall section. Okay. Now when I come here and say paste from clipboard, I'm not going to use a drop down. All I'm going to do, I'm going to come right here, paste to clipboard. And what this does is this allows me to manually move where I want this data to be pasted. I really don't know where that needs to be just yet. So I'm going to click somewhere, anywhere. Almost doesn't matter where, because it's going to show me where those items got pasted to. But if you notice up here at the top, my command isn't done yet. So before I click finish, I can click on move. And I click on move and I zoom in, if it'll let me. There we go. And I'm going to move from this bottom corner, this endpoint of my framing. Okay, it's not constrained. That's good. So I snap on, there we go, right there, endpoint. And you see which line is highlighted. It's that second line from the left. So that's the inside edge of framing on my metal panel wall. And because all the framing is the same size and all the windows are at the same height and all those other things, this should work. There we go. Snapped right into place. Now, if I zoom back out, everything's looking good until I get up here. If we need to fix this, don't worry. Go ahead and click finish. Nothing is broken. Not really. That's because it's the difference between the high roof and the low roof. So I'm going to select this bit of insulation. I'm going to hold my control key and I'm going to use a selection window to get all these little bits of framing right here. Now we use the same roof and it's the same relationship from floor to floor. Sorry about that. I got my personal emails showing up here. Go away. All right. So there we go. I've highlighted the elements that I want to move and I click on move. And I'm just going to move him from the high roof down to the low roof. So almost everything is perfectly done except this piece of insulation. So I select it, I grab a hold of the grip, and I drag him down just like that. And by and large, this is everything that we need to do right now for the metal wall panel. So for right now, we're done with the insulation. But if you remember this metal wall panel, we use this metal wall panel all along here on the back. Well, if this is the back wall and it's going into sort of a backyard kind of area, I kind of want to add some information here. I want to put a back porch on, and I want to put not an awning, but a roof assembly above the back porch. That way, when you walk out of the back door, you don't instantly step in grass. Not everyone likes that. So I'm on the ground floor. I'm going to zoom in, come to my architecture tab, and I'm going to click floor. I don't want the wood truss. I want a 4-inch concrete slab, and its height offset, we're starting at the ground floor level, and that's fine. That's exactly what we want. But the height offset from the level is actually -0 space 1. I want to drop that floor slab 1 inch. And then I'm going to draw some lines, and I'm going to start here. I'm going to start where the exterior face of the metal panel wall meets the CMU for our chimney, so to speak. I know we never developed our chimney, but that, we'll use our imagination and say it's a chimney. I'm going to click there, and I'm going to go up. I'm just going to type in 5 feet, push return. I'm going to zoom out, and I'm going to come across until I run into grid line 2. I'm I'm going to go down 5 feet, and I'm going to come across until I close. Finish edit mode. I've got a slab there. I now want to place the roof line that's going to overhang that back porch. So now I'm going to go to my second floor. I'm going to zoom in on this part that we just placed the porch underneath this area. So instead of placing a floor back on my architecture tab, I'm going to place a new roof. This is still the basic roof, wood rafter, 8-inch asphalt shingle. It's insulated. That's fine. Uncheck defines slope. Make sure it's not on. And we'll leave this, the base level is going to be the second floor, okay, because we're here on the second floor. And again, I'm just going to draw lines, but instead of starting at the exterior face of the wall like we did on the slab below, I'm going to start at the intersection of this grid line and the CMU, which is the exterior face of framing. It's going to make sense when we come back to our wall section. So left click there, come out 5 feet. Let me just type 5, press return. Come across, make sure I'm straight. Come across until we intersect grid 2. Drag down, type 5 feet. Come across until we close. Click OK. All right, we've placed the roof assembly here on our second floor. So let's go back to our metal panel wall section and see what that looks like. Beautiful. This is doing exactly what I wanted it to do. So if I zoom in, we see we've got this other bit of slab here. Excuse me. We also see our roof assembly here. Our roof assembly, thank you, go away. I said go away. Fine. Things are a little titchy right now. I'm going to highlight the perimeter of my section here, because if this goes out a total of 5 feet, I really want to see all the way down to the end of it. So just click and drag. Okay, there he is. That's about what it needs to look like. I'm going to zoom in, and he's in the wrong spot. He's too high. I want to move him. I want to move this line, the bottom edge of my framing, so that he's in line with the bottom edge of my floor framing. I can do that. I can either use the move command, or I'm going to use, the easier way, in my opinion, is to use the align command. Go away. And I can't get that stupid message to go away. Guys, I'm sorry. It'll just live there. Use my align tool. I'm going to select the bottom edge of my framing on the roof. So that's that second line on the bottom. So there's my first click. This is what I'm aligning to. The object I'm moving to align is the bottom edge of the framing for this roof assembly. Left click, boom, snaps right into place, and he's beautiful. That's where I want him to be. Now remember how we needed to make a modification and join geometry on our floor, so it would sort of make up and play nice with the wall assembly. We need to do the same thing here, because we've got all these heavy overlapping lines, and it basically doesn't look right. So, of course, and it's right there in the way. This is just fantastic. Okay, where's my modify? Of course, modify tab. Okay, I'm on modify. I feel kind of foolish. Align tool, nope, join geometry. Join geometry. I want to join my roof assembly to my exterior wall. And you can see how that cleaned up this whole intersection. So things are reading more the way we want it to. Click modify. Grab a hold of this framing member and make a copy of it. I'm copying it over 1.5 inches. That's all I'm doing. But he's not a 2x12. He's going to be a 2x8. Because this section here is a 2x8. And I'm going to move him so that he actually looks the way he needs to look, and I'm double checking my notes. Okay, I need a double there because I've got a double drawn on my example. There we go. Now I've got a double. Zoom back a little bit. And I want to make a copy down over here at the end. Come on. Come on. There we go, I think. There it is. Things are starting to bog down again. Okay, copy, because I've selected my framing member. I'm going to copy them all the way out to the end here. And just like I did on the roof overhangs on the high roof and the low roof, I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to move that back 3/4 of an inch, just so that we can fake out that there's a pretty piece of wood closing this whole thing off. And we don't typically put any type of insulation in here. Zoom out. All right, that's it. We've added in the detail items that we need for our metal panel wall section. So we're going to move on. Our next video is going to be adding detail elements to our stairs. So see you in the next video.